Well, as always, the anticipation for a grand final is reaching fever pitch. It's always a fascinating contest, whichever teams manage to qualify for Championship Day. And I think particularly this year, so much around the two qualifiers. The Western Sydney Wanderers, an incredible story and a lot of interest they've brought to the competition, and a lot of that newfound interest willing them across the line up against the old bridesmaids, the smallest club in the competition, the Central Coast Mariners. I can't conceive of a situation really, any part of my heart, that wants them to lose a fourth straight grand final. They've only been 8 championships on offer. They've been in the final consideration on 4 occasions now, and my heart hopes that the people of the Central Coast really get something to cheer about on the weekend. Over and above that, I think it's going to be a crackerjack game of football. Where it's going to be won and lost, I think, is fascinating, because these two teams are so similar in the way they approach their business, the way the teams are drilled and organised, and the way that both coaches, Graham Arnold and Tony Popovich, have so admirably led the cause for both clubs. But I think, as well as my heart on this particular occasion, I think that the Central Coast Mariners might just do it. If they can deal with the psychological hoodoo of losing 3 previous ones and having troubles with penalties, if it goes to penalty shootout, that's going to expose some raw nerves for the Central Coast Mariners as well. But I think they come in fitter and fresher. Not so many injury concerns. The loss of Nick Montgomery is a big one, but it's not perhaps as big a loss as Yusuf Hersey. Of course, with the Wanderers, there's the injury clouds over Jerome Pollens and Mark Bridge as well. So I think on that front, it's advantaged the Mariners. I think on a football front, it's going to be advantaged the Wanderers because of Shinji Ono. And the Central Coast Mariners are going to have to do their homework really well to make sure he doesn't get space. If Ono gets space, the Wanderers can win the football match. If the Mariners can close off Shinji Ono, that's going to close off a lot of the avenues to goal. And from that point on, from a very stable basis, I think the Mariners releasing the likes of Michael McGlinchey and Bernie Abini, who've been rampant down either flank, to feed the voracious Daniel McBreen, the Golden Boot winner, a stunning season from McBreen. I think the Mariners have got most bases covered, but the beauty of the championship decided in one game of football is anything can happen. A refereeing decision, a bad bounce of the ball, a red card, a mistake somewhere along the line, and all plans can get thrown out the window. It's going to be a fascinating game. Both two teams deserve to be there. Hugely successful for both seasons. The best 2 teams in the competition by some distance, and it's going to be a humdinger of a grand final.